I'm sorry. I can't do this. I'm too depressed. I told myself I would come tonight and just put it all away, go on stage, perform, and hopefully that would help. But it didn't. Too sad. 2 weeks ago, my grandmother got really sick. It was really hard, but it's okay. I guess I should be happy now because she's in a better place, but it's hard to get over that. But 2 years ago, we put her in a home, a nursing home, because she was having trouble carrying out her daily activities. And she liked it there. She made a lot of friends, and she started taking part in activities. And recently, she got into the Wii, and she was playing the bowling, and she liked it so much that she started to get mad because there was only one Wii and too many elderly people. And but 2 weeks ago, we got a call from the nursing home, and they said that she was developing severe dementia. And it was awful. We went to visit her, and she was just saying these ridiculous things. This is all very true. And they said that she was getting an infection, but when it went away, there was a possibility that the dementia might remain. And so the infection went away, but she was still loopy. And one time I went and saw her by myself, and I said, "How are you feeling, Grandma?" And she said, "I'm weak." And I said, "Why are you weak?" And she said, "Because every night for the past week, a nurse came into my room at midnight, wheeled me into a cave where a man in a robber costume and a man in a penguin costume have been stealing my blood with dirty needles." And I said, "Grandma, you don't want to tell your grandma that she's lying, because she doesn't know. And you don't want to discourage her." So I said, "Grandma, it's going to be okay." And she said, "No, it's not. Can you please stay tonight to protect me?" And I said, "Yes, Grandma, I can do that." So I stayed with her into the night, and it was a beautiful night, because we stayed up all night talking about when I was a child. And it was just the most fantastic thing. And she went to bed at 10, and I tucked her in. I was watching the television set. I started to doze off, but at 11:30, I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. I was going, and when I was in there, I heard a horrible noise from my grandma. And I didn't want to look, because I was scared of what I'd see. But finally, I peeked out, and I saw a nurse coming into her room and telling her to get into a wheelchair. And I followed them out, and we went out, and she took her to a cave. And this guy in a penguin costume came out, and a guy in a robber costume came out, and they stole her blood with dirty needles. So I called the cops right away, because that's just awful. And the cops came, and they arrested them, and there was this massive investigation. And it turns out, we had inadvertently put my grandma in what they call an evil nursing home. And so, this is true. So everyone got arrested, and it was just traumatic because my grandma was just horrified. But she's in a much better place now because we put her in the nursing home across the street, and it's much better because they have 2 Wiis. But it's still very, very depressing. And I've been walking around. Like I said, I was going to try to come up and get rid of it tonight with this trumpet, but it didn't work. I've been walking around in a funk. My friends there, have been trying to console me all week and try to help me, but it's so hard. They've tried everything, and nothing works. And finally they said, "Justin, you should try praying." And I said, "But I'm an atheist, I don't believe in God, it won't work." And they said, "No, anyone can pray to God, and He'll answer you, He'll listen to you." And I said, "Well, how to pray? I've never prayed to God, how do I do that?" And they said, "Well, you just go home, and you bow your head, and close your eyes, and talk to God, and you can say anything." So I went home, and I bowed my head, and I closed my eyes, and I started talking to God. I said, "Dear God, please," and then I realized how silly it was, that this guy could just hear me, and that he would even answer me. So I stopped, but then I realized that if there was one thing I could say to God, just one thing, I know He could hear me, and He would answer me. I would say the following: "Hey God, I don't fucking like Wendy's. So quit putting me in situations where the only thing in walking distance is Wendy's. Because I don't like anything on the menu except for the fucking iced tea. And that's not really a meal." But it's just so ridiculous to think that He would hear me and answer that. I came up here, I was hoping I could just play the trumpet, but it's so hard.
Can you play the trumpet?
I'm too sad. I can only play minor notes right now. No, it's really like it's so bad. So I'm just going to have to leave you with a song. It's all minor notes. So enjoy. Screw it, I can't do it.